everybody, welcome to Buzz TV. My name is Eva Baker and you're watching Sensible Leadership, where we're helping tomorrow's leaders grow today. Today I am talking with Bryan Gowdy of Creed Gowdy. Bryan, thank you so much for being here.
Sure, happy to be here.
So tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do.
I'm an attorney, and I handle appeals, and appeals are when the trial process is over, when there's stuff you see on TV generally, when that's over, whoever's unhappy with how the result came out, they can appeal. And so I usually represent someone who's unhappy appealing, or the other side who's trying to keep the result in place. So it involves a lot of writing, a lot of legal research, but then also you get to go into court and argue a fair amount. So I enjoy it.
That sounds like a lot of fun, probably a lot of diversity in what you do and the different cases that you get.
Yes, every time I handle a case, it's a completely new subject matter. So, you know, I learn about not just a lot of legal subjects, but you know, different facets of life. Like I might work on a case where a railroad worker got injured, so I learn how the railroad operates, or where somebody got hurt by medical negligence, so I learn all the medicine.
Yeah, it keeps you on your toes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's fun because I'm never dealing with the same subject. I'm always dealing with something new.
So you've had the opportunity to present a case in front of the Supreme Court, right?
Yes.
That's that's incredible. So did you ever think when you were a teen that you would have the opportunity to do that?
No, I did not. I can't say that I ever really dreamed about it. And I think even as a lawyer, I didn't think I would have the opportunity because it is pretty rare.
Right.
The court only hears about 75 cases a year out of, and they get about 10,000 petitions. So you can do the math. It's a pretty minuscule number that get through. So.
Yeah. So what leadership skills did you develop throughout the years that you think kind of led you to that point?
Well, you know, before I went to law school, I was in the Navy, and I think I developed leadership skills there.
Right.
I think the main things that young people should think about is, to me, the first trait of a leader is to listen. I think the people you want to lead, you need to listen to what they think about and understand what that is. And you know, with the case you're talking about in the Supreme Court, it wasn't just me. There were a lot of people working on it, and so I think any leader needs to be open to criticism, and get feedback, and not just think they know it all, because you don't. So that's really, to me, the first thing is to listen. And then I think the second thing is to kind of get the group to have consensus once you've listened to everybody, and set an objective that everybody can agree on. And then I think the third thing is, you know, when you're in that group dynamic, someone has to step up and finally kind of make a decision and lead.
Yes.
And you can't be afraid to do that. Once you've listened, once you've kind of gotten some type of consensus, you've got to just plow ahead.
Yeah.
And sometimes there'll be people who are unhappy with the way you lead. You're never going to please everyone, but you've got to be bold enough. So I think, to me, those are the three things: listening, consensus, setting objectives, and then making a decision and going ahead.
I think that's perfect. I think that's so important, especially what you said about listening. I think it can be really, really difficult sometimes for you to just take a minute and not just jump right into that, stepping up and being like, this is what we're going to do, but actually taking the time to listen to everyone around you and hear out everyone's opinion. So I really think that's great advice.
Yeah, I think the worst thing to do is just to jump up and just try to charge ahead, because for one thing, you won't have built the respect that you need from the team. And I think even if some people on your team don't agree with everything you're doing, I think they'll follow you if they believe that you really listened to them and gave consideration to their views on what you do. And the other thing is, like I said, nobody knows it all. And you know, I don't know how many times that, you know, somebody else has said something that I said, oh, that's a really good idea. I would have never thought of that.
Right.
So
those are all absolutely great points. I really appreciate you being here.
Sure.
Thank you.
No problem.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us here on Sensible Leadership. Again, my name is Eva Baker, and we'll see you next time here on The Buzz.